TheFinals have just dropped their 1.4 patch, which includes a ton of balance and quality of life improvements, along with some crash fixes and even some gifts for us. Make sure to follow me on Twitch if you want to catch the changes live, and let's jump into the details. So the first thing you might notice when you start the game is there is a free gift bundle waiting for you in the store. The bundle includes a ho-ho hat, a stocking stuffer weapon charm, a skin for the grenade, and the Deck the Holes sticker for your weapons. This can be acquired for 0 credits, so just go ahead and click buy bundle and you're good to go. Sticking with the festive updates, Monaco has had some snowfall and some new decorations, including little snowmen. How cute are these guys? And in case you were wondering, no, you can't melt the snow with fire grenades. Sorry. Moving into the balance updates and changes, we see a fix to the goo gun, which can no longer prevent players from moving. Instead, the goo will break, allowing you to escape. This has also been fixed on the goo grenade, which would do something very similar. The mesh shield for the heavy class has been nerfed and now only has 1100 health instead of 1250 previously. The Recon Sense's activation cost has been reduced from 2 down to 1. What this effectively means is you don't have to wait nearly as much for your energy to charge back up before being able to activate the ability again. The C4 maximum player damage has been reduced from 240 down to 210. The maximum damage radius has also been reduced from 2.4 meters down to 1.6 meters. And the self-damage multiplier has increased from 1 to 1.3, so watch out for that one. The dome shield health for the heavy has been reduced from 350 down to 300. All of the mines in the game have now had an additional 1.6 second activation time, which means you have to wait for that duration before someone can run over it to trigger the explosion. The explosive mine has also seen a reduction from 160 down to 140, which means it will no longer one-shot the light class. And the maximum damage radius has been reduced from 4 meters down to 3.5. The RPG has seen a bunch of nerfs, including the damage going down from 165 to 150, which is still enough to one-shot a light class. The minimum amount of damage it will do to players has been reduced from 90 to 80, so if you're anywhere within the damage explosion radius, then you'll be hit for 80 damage. The maximum damage radius has also been reduced from 2.5 meters down to 1.5, which means you'll have to be a lot more accurate with your shots. And they have nerfed both the aim down sight dispersion and the hipfire dispersion, meaning you will be a little bit less accurate if you're trying to go for long shots, but it's really not too bad. The stun gun has seen a small increase to its range, going from 10 meters to 12 meters. The AKM has seen a slight adjustment to its recoil pattern. The Flamethrower's fire rate has been slightly increased, going from 160 to 170 RPM. The LH1 has seen a small buff, with its damage going from 45 up to 47 per shot. An issue with melee attacks has been fixed, making it much more consistent for players. The M11's damage has seen a small increase, going from 15 per shot to 16. The automatic shotgun gets a couple of nerfs, with its bullet spread being increased slightly, and the damage per pellet going down from 8 to 7. I'm not sure if this will make a huge difference, but it's nice to see nerfs like these for the weapons which are a little bit more cheesy. In other changes, we see the alien invasion event getting a repulsor to the flying saucers. I'm not entirely sure how this works because I haven't come across it yet in-game, but I presume these saucers will now push you away as well. Multiple buildings in Las Vegas have had some updates to make the destruction a little bit more consistent. I encountered this a couple of times where the ceiling would actually be made of 2 different sections, so blowing a hole into one wouldn't necessarily open it up to the top. Also in Vegas, some of the cash out stations were becoming invisible before the player had finished the action. In Banquet, deathmatch events will no longer pop up at all. Deathmatch usually grants players more cash by eliminating other players, but in Bankout it wouldn't do anything, so this has just been completely removed. In terms of movement improvements, we have seen reduced instances where you unintentionally climbed onto objects outside of the player's view, and they have fixed an issue where players could get stuck without being able to give any input. I've encountered this a couple times using the grapple on a sloped surface. It just felt like you were sliding over the place and you couldn't move at all. And the medium ziplines can no longer be placed on pick-upable objects. This had been a lot of fun, but we knew it was going to get patched pretty soon, so here's the fix. There have also been a handful of UI fixes, including some polish to the social screen where they hide the invite to party button when you are not the party leader. Player health bars will now also show in the color of the squad if you have that option enabled in gameplay. Added a new warning to the UI to show that players are in danger of being kicked for being AFK, and the UI now shows you as unranked if you are not ranked among the top 500 in the leaderboard. afterwards. And that wraps up this update. If you want to catch the content live, make sure to follow me on Twitch or check out some of my best moments from my streams. Thanks for watching and happy holidays.